perfect, at least in our own minds. With your hosts, Clint and George, including Adam and Gail, presented by La Troje Mexican Restaurant and Bar. Here we go. Welcome, everybody, to the Perfect 10 as we continue our TV series 2010 to present day.
The next one's going to suck.
Oh, the Ultimates are going to be brutal. I'm not going to lie. My Ultimates one, there's a few that weren't on the lists that are on the lists. So,
same with mine.
You're going to see a lot of similarities with this list and my next one. I can tell you that.
Really?
That's, yeah.
Oh, all right.
I'll just leave it at that.
All right. Well, let's get this party started, shall we?
I think you need to start one. You haven't started one yet.
All right. Hey, I do not have a problem kicking that bad boy off whatsoever.
Yeah, I'm still trying to have a brain fart for some weird reason with my technology.
Aren't we all? As usual, we know we've got you guys jumping in. We are in the 2010s to present day, so definitely feel free to comment on what you like and what you're watching or what you're binge watching currently for your favorite TV shows. So let us know in the comments what you like and what you've got going on. My number 10 for the 2010s to present is the going on to the foodies again. And it's going to be the Iron Chef America / the next Iron Chef. Michael Simon and crew.
That was literally the only one I watched was the one that he was on because I wanted to see if he was going to win it.
Well, I mean, Bobby, when you've got Bobby Flay, you've got Michael Simon, Jose Garces, Alex Guarnaschelli. I mean, you're looking, it was just a lot of fun to see a lot of the chefs that we see on the Food Network television shows, in a pretty intense cooking competition. So,
right.
So, yep, that one was one that hit the DVR. I've got it, I definitely will DVR it and said, yep, I'm watching it, every single one of them. So, yep, the Iron Chef America / next Iron Chef, that one is kicking off my list at number 10.
You ready, Clint, or you need me to go?
Yeah, you go ahead, go for me real quick. I'm almost done.
It's one of those things, like, I think I mentioned this before, but I don't remember. Like, if I did, so be it. But I had, this one started in 2012 and went 7 seasons. And it was by far one of the better shows that I've watched. And mind you, my list, you could easily take 10 and put it at 1 and move stuff around. I mean, any of these shows could be a top show. But for my number 10, I used the from creator Shonda Rhimes, and that's the ABC drama Scandal. If you have not watched it, binge watch it because it is worth it. It is a damn good show.
Oh man, that is a good show, and I have watched Scandal.
It's one of those shows that makes you think to where, like, you think you know what's going to happen, and then no, you don't.
Yeah,
that's a good one.
It is a good show. My number 10, I didn't go with Scandal. I went with the other show. It used to come on after Scandal, and that's my girl Viola Davis. You know how to Get Away with Murder.
Right.
They had that deadly lineup. I don't watch the show, but they had Grey's Anatomy, then they had Scandal, and then you had How to Get Away with Murder. Like,
right.
That was like a nasty Thursday night lineup.
Yes, it was. That wasn't bad. All right, number 9.
Should have did like what is it called? You had like two shows, like a mashup or something. It should have had Scandal and How to Get Away with Murder. Like,
Yeah, like a crossover.
yeah,
You've seen a lot more of that tonight. It's a continuation of our series day. We've been doing decades of TV shows. This is 2010s to present day. 2010s, Levi.
Really?
Holy crap! George's dogs do bark after all.
must not like that selection.
Yeah, no, and it only when Kelly lets him out. So if Bryce lets him out, no barking. I let him out, there's no barking.
It's a mom thing.
Yeah. So yeah, this is we are on the 2010s to present TV shows. It's on our favorites. My number 9, kicking it in with The Voice. Even though once the battle rounds are kind of blown through, they take, an extra 2 months to, eventually get you a winner.
Right.
I like watching all the initial auditions and some of the first battle rounds, but after that, it's just like, oh, come on. You're already going to just eliminate, one person per week, and it's just going to take forever. So yeah, I'm a starter for that one. I definitely will wait and record like the actual finale show and then just see who won the thing.
Right.
So
nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, I don't watch The Voice no more.
Yeah, I never did either. The only time I ever watched the American Idol was when Carrie was on it, because that's when I fell in love with Carrie Underwood. All right, so for my number 9, yeah, he stopped. I'll watch
Yep.
it.
Yep.
He knows what's up.
Levi's right with me. Yep.
This one was a 2016, and this was one of the more popular shows. Now, it's a great show, despite the city that it takes place in, because I could give two shits less about this city, and that's This Is Us.
Too low. I got it higher.
No, bro. It was hard to even have it this low. I mean, it was hard to put it this low. I mean, but when you see my
It's
other
a great show, man.
a lot of people are like, "Oh, that's that you're a sissy if you want." No, it's just the message behind it is great. And Sterling K. Brown is awesome in that show.
And Jason says he likes that show a lot.
Which one? No, he wants to know what's in the tank behind you.
The tank behind you.
The tank. That's actually binder. This is a binder.
It looks like a fish tank is the way it's moving.
It does look like a fish tank.
You see the what's name moving too, like.
Yeah, no, it's just a binder. That is pretty cool.
See, he's got the effects going.
Yeah, I'm telling you. All right, Clint, what you got at 9?
Oh, okay. So my number 9 is from 2014 to 2020. This is one of the first shows that was like, well, I don't know if you'll call Netflix or streaming service, or you probably not. But
well, they all count. So
I got BoJack Horseman here. Now this show was funny. It's about a human roy horse.
Is this that animated one?
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
It was funny because me and Gail were talking earlier, and I said, if anybody's going to have anything anime, it's going to be Clint. I go, she's like, oh, he may have a couple. I said, well, if he's got one, he's got more than me.
The show is just funny, though. The bad thing about this show, like, funny as it is, it's also kind of depressing as hell. They talk about mental health and, like, in some of the episodes and everything like that, but it's voiced by Will Arnett. Alison Brie is in this show too. Like, it's a funny show, man. Basically, like, famous star on the show that like 18 years later trying to get himself back together because he got an autobiography being written about him. His agent is his ex-girlfriend. And he's best friends with a human who he treats like shit all the time. But like, it's a funny show though. Like, And it's depressing too because his roommate is the one that have mental health issues. So like his health is like declining like throughout the course of the show. So like it's a funny show, but it's also depressing as hell. But great show. You should watch it. You're gonna enjoy it. You're gonna like the show.
There's a lot of shows just from listening to these lists, and I'm like, all right, gotta add that to the list of shows to watch.
Right. Moving on to 8. I dabbled a little heavy because I actually had a little bit of a hard time getting some through going through this list, but definitely into the superhero realm, and I'm starting this one off with Titans.
I never watched it, but
I like I like a lot of the
I'm trying to
after
remember that show. I
Batman
don't think
stuff.
I've seen it.
I like a lot of the after Batman stuff, and especially
Oh, that's probably why.
like the Batman Beyond and things like that, where Robin takes over, and forms. The Young Titans. Clint was actually the cartoon is animated, so
wow, he doesn't think it. Jason said he didn't think it would make his top 10 for This Is Us. Wow, that's a little.
What?
For This Is Us, he's like, I don't. He goes, it's a great show. He goes, but I don't know if it would make my top 10. Nope, that's fair. I mean, that's why it's everybody's got their own.
Everybody's list is totally different. 100%.
All right, so for my number 8, this show started in 2016 and went for 8 seasons, and it was probably one of the best casted shows that I can think of. There's a lot of them out there, but this is one of my favorites, and also because one of my, I guess you could say, celebrity hall passes in the show. And that's the only Miss Alicia Cuthbert, and the ageless wonder, the man, the myth, the legend, Sam Elliott, and that's The Ranch. It's a great show. If you've not watched it, you need to. I was like 3 seasons behind when I started.
Get on my to watch list, huh? The Ranch.
It is so funny. And it's on Netflix.
Oh, okay. So I'll definitely probably run into it.
And Danny Masterson's in it too.
Oh God, no.
Yeah,
Before Free Scandals.
Yeah, Deborah Winger's in it. Megan Price is in it.
Ooh, Megan Price.
Yeah,
Megan
right,
Price.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
And she plays a drug addict in it.
Oh God.
So, yeah, as you can see.
Yeah.
That could all her roles, wow, I think that'd be one of the last roles I ever expect her to play. Would be like a drug addict or something.
You would, yeah, that's what I'm saying. You would think, right?
Right.
All right. My number 8 was on from 2005 to 2015. No, 2009 to 2015. 15. This show has a bunch of people in it. It has Allison Brie. It has Joe McHale. It has this time he's going by his name Donald Glover, but we all know him as Childish Gambino.
Mm-hmm.
And that's Community. Yvette Nicole Brown. What's the name of the guy? Chevy Chase, I want to say. Thing was in that show too.
Was he really?
Too. Yeah. He played like the old guy that was like going back.
He said he played the old guy. It's like,
going back to college and everything like that. He was trying so hard on his tippy toes when he was around Childish Gambino not to say the wrong thing. But yeah, that was a good show though. Community though.
Never watched that one either.
Nope, me neither.
Like I said, I
figured these lists now, they're going to be harder that we wouldn't probably double up on any.
Community was a great show though.
All righty. Well, we're going to take a commercial break and we'll be right back with number 765.
Pizza Galley, located in the heart of Vermilion, monthly pizza specials from specialty pizzas to subs and po' boys. Open Wednesday and Thursday at 4. Friday through Sunday, open at noon. Call 440-963-0177.
Delmonico's Barbershop with 2 locations on Liberty Avenue in the Delmonico Plaza in Vermilion. Open early at 5 a.m. on Monday through Wednesday, Friday, and Saturday. 8 a.m. on Thursday, or their Lorraine location on Oberlin Avenue, 8 a.m. Delmonico, more than just barbers, their family.
Bodine Sanders, author of Race Against Race. Experience diversity and inclusion in sports through Bodine's eyes. From high school to Cheney, all the way through his graduation at Villanova and beyond. Get your copy today at Barnes & Noble and Amazon. Also available on all ebook platforms, Kindle, and local libraries ebook. Check out Race Against Race today.
La Troje Mexican Restaurant and Bar, located in Wellington, just east of 58 on Herrick. Monster margaritas, and enough food to feed the whole family. Mention the Perfect 10 and receive 10% off your order. Dine in or take out, just like the Perfect 10 has at La Troje.
Welcome back as we're kicking into number 7. My number 7, as we're thanking our foodie sponsors. More foodie, back to the foodies, going with Chopped. Love me some Chopped.
So I'm already seeing a trend here. His bottom half's going to be foodie. His top half's going to be nerd alert.
I don't know what you're talking about.
I'm noticing something. Let's see if I'm right.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Yes, again, the episode was hilarious.
I have no idea what you're talking about. It's just like the only thing at the moment.
No, I get it.
Levi. Yeah.
Oh, Clint, tell them about the margaritas.
Yeah, they are, bro. Yes.
Clint.
Yes,
And they now have a flight of margaritas where you can get 4.
Yep, it's 4 for $16. It is 4 for $16.
And then make sure you Uber home.
Yeah. Clint, you know.
Oh yeah. Margarita was awesome. That's my first time drinking one too. I'm like, yes.
See, Levi's with me. Chopped is a great show.
See, that's the thing. Like with him, he's gonna have a lot to do with you and Clint because he's into anime too.
Well, the funny thing about Chopped is you never know what's going to be in the baskets, man.
That's true. I used to watch it.
You never know what's in those baskets, and the crazier, the better. Except when they did the awful episode. Ooh, some of that stuff, it's just
I think one of the weird ones I saw, they did a swordfish.
Yeah, but the awful episode, that's the one where you get the brains, the pig's feet, the beef tongue, and all the
people got to eat this stuff.
Yeah,
there's people that eat that stuff.
I'll pass.
Well, speaking of passing, I'll pass number 7 along to you.
All right, so my number 7 unfortunately only lasted 3 seasons, and it started in 2013, and it was I think it was probably the last time we saw him on TV, but that was Kevin Bacon, and that was The Following. Very, very great, suspenseful, dramatic show.
Never seen that.
Oh man, you're so good. It's basically that Kevin Bacon's character is an FBI agent. And he has physical and emotional scars from a notorious serial killer that he apprehended years earlier. Well, he gets out, and then he's fixated on Edgar Allan Poe, and then he has
the famous Arthur.
Yeah, well,
that died under mysterious circumstances.
Well, the weird thing about it is that his followers in this start doing killings and stuff for him. It's weird. Oh yeah, like it's out there.
Yeah.
What's this on?
It was called The Following. It's on Amazon Prime. It says now.
Oh, I've got Amazon Prime.
But yeah, it's called The Following.
The Following.
Oh, it's so good.
Okay. I'm marking it on my list.
It was one of those shows, like, it was so damn good, and then they're like, it's just there were so many other ones that were on there that got kept and it didn't, so it only lasted the 3 seasons.
Okay.
All right. Well, my 7 was already said. This is where I put This Is Us at. I mean,
2 spots or something ahead of mine?
Say whatever you want, bro. The show's like awesome, man. Like,
Yeah. And the way, and it was one of
that's
those
one of the rare
shows,
shows that actually watched that was on NBC.
and it's one of those shows that the way it ended was perfect. They ended it the right way.
Okay.
Yeah, they did. That's a rarely now. TV
Right, because
shows.
how many times you watch a show and they're like, "Here's the series finale." You watch it and you're like, "That's how they seriously ended it, really?" And then you're mad about it.
Coming up that fucked up a series finale.
Like
Who did it?
Seinfeld.
No, what?
Never watched it. Yeah, I know.
Is that Lifetime Films?
No, Seinfeld.
That's what
was
you
NBC.
said, George. You said Lifetime Films?
No. I said Seinfeld.
Oh, I never
The
watched
season finale.
Seinfeld. Never got into it. Never got into Friends. Never got into.
Well, I'm not going to pull a spoiler, so I'll leave it.
No
I'll leave
super.
Spoil it. I'm still not
Nope.
gonna watch it.
No spoilers. Still, no spoilers. Those who know, they know.
Right.
Those who know. It's one of those. If you know, you know. All right, moving on to 6. Back into superhero realm. Back into Marvel. Loki.
I
They're
think I heard it. Ain't seen it, but heard
to the
of it.
next season. I know that they're working on it now. So
Was that Netflix?
that is Disney or the Disney
Oh.
Plus stream. They've got the Marvel. It's on the Marvel platform. You got to check it out on the Marvel platform. And see, Levi knows. He's on it. Disney Plus. Levi is all over this.
At this point, we should have just had his ass on too.
All right.
All right, so my number 6 is actually an Australian TV show that was on Netflix. And it started in 2013, went 8 seasons, and makes Orange is the New Black look like a cupcake. And that is Wentworth.
Huh.
Never even heard of it, have you?
Mm-mm.
Dude, it is. Well, that's the hardest part.
Make
is
Orange
ranking
is
it,
the
Levi.
New Black look. What's the name? No. I
What's
wasn't
that?
really a big fan of Orange is the New Black neither, though.
It was good, but this show blows that one out of the water.
Okay.
And I mean, plus the accents they have doesn't hurt.
Well, Australian accents are cool anyway.
And then, of course, like the one character in it, Pamela Ray, plays the warden or whatever you want to call it.
Yeah.
And she plays her role so well that you despise her and you hate her guts.
Oh, sweet. She's got to go on the list of people that you love to hate, huh?
Oh, dude, she'd be probably top 2.
Nice.
I despised her on that show.
Nice. Clint and I have done that list once. That was a good list. That was a really good list. That was a very good list. Levi, that is what.
Oh
makes
yeah, I
this
still remember my number 1 from that list.
Oh.
Yeah,
That's a tough list to do.
it was easy. Yeah, my one was easy though. It was spoiler. It was Alonzo Harris from Training Day. That movie made me hate that Bill Washington, bro. He was a dick in that movie.
Right.
Dirty cop and everything. Play the hell out that role.
Number 5. Still sticking with the superhero thing.
Wait, 5. We ain't do my 6.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I'm skipping George. That's how you
see how he
feel?
is?
You are talking. I'm jumping the shark.
I'm
man.
leaving now.
That's it.
That's it.
Nah, my number 6.
I knew I was gonna do it once.
Well, my number 6, we talking about shows that messed up finales and everything. My show went from 2001 to 2019, and they ain't messed up the season finale. They messed up the series finale, and that's Game of Thrones.
I've heard that. And now
That
give it 2
series
seconds.
finale, man. They made.
No,
it-
I don't-
That,
I don't know if Levi's watched that or not, but I know he's big into the Vikings.
like, that's a good
Yeah,
good show.
Kelly and I are into season 3. 2 or 3 in Game of Thrones, and I think it's season 2, episode 3. I think that's where we're at right now. So we're really behind on that ordeal, but
I know there's a lot of people that did complain about that, though.
yeah, we heard that
It sucked,
was like
man.
it was brutal.
The series of Game of Thrones was brutal, but it was still a great show. And it was one of them shows that like I was watching it when it came on at that time.
See, another one. A lot of people said it was highly disappointing.
It was, man.
Was it because of the director or the writers? You know, what do you think?
No, the wrong person got made king.
See, look, there's. I told you Levi would comment.
They
Yeah,
just series
Levi's
finale
on it.
wrong.
All right.
That's why they messed it up. Messed it up. And also, to the final season, they kind of went away from what made them like successful. Yeah, that too. They rushed it.
Oh,
Yeah.
they rushed it. Ooh, I hate when that happens. See, you've got to have patience.
But they still have time though. Like that show went a good while. I think Game of Thrones could have went a couple more seasons.
The author
They could've
wasn't
pushed
finished
it
with
up.
the book yet, so HBO took the wit. No, that's
Oh, I didn't know. Yeah,
wow.
Now it
That's
makes sense,
bad.
doesn't it?
That's
yeah.
bad. That's bad. That is super bad.
But it's still an amazing show, though. It's still an amazing show.
All right, now my number 5.
Carry on.
Yes, sir. Carry on.
Gotham.
Seen that show.
Very,
No way.
very interesting. Again, though, I could say they rushed that bad boy because I think more the fact of the character was they were trying to force him to be older quicker. And it's like, well, if you're literally going to take this from the point after the Waynes have been murdered, you've got a long way to go.
Mm-hmm.
You have a long way to go. And I mean, if they literally were trying to rush it to make it that, you know, he was growing up faster. And it's like, well, okay, but it's getting a little rough towards the end of that one too. But I really liked it. I still think they did rush a lot of villains in too fast as it went on, but I think they also had to. I mean, just for what was supposed to be planned, but they could have done a little bit better. But it was all right. But like I said, it was one that I was glued to watching. So.
All right, so my number 5 takes place in Canada, eh? And it
Well, you're all
started.
over the place.
I'm telling you.
Yeah.
And it started in 2016. It's been, I think it's still going on. There's 11 seasons and it's still going. And then we're, you know, pardon my how I say this, but this will be a dead giveaway. Just give your balls a tug. Letterkenny.
Never seen it or heard of it.
You guys are missing out. It has got to be one of the funniest shows on TV.
I mean, you said Canada. I mean,
it's based out of Sudbury, Canada.
What? Whoa! Wait.
I didn't want to bring that up, but I kind of felt like I had to.
I was gonna say, oh my gosh, don't give Suds something else besides the Sudbury Wolves to bring up.
Right.
Now you've got something else that Suds gets to look forward to. How about that? Oh man.
Dude, it is so funny. You guys got to watch it.
Suds hears this, he's gonna be like, oh, and he'll start looking. Oh, he'll start digging it up and looking it up right away.
Oh, and he'll love it.
I'm sure he will. I'm sure he will.
My number 5. My number 5 is odd because like it went from, well, it's not odd, I guess the way like the years is odd. So it went from 2012 to 2015. And let's say one guy became like a famous like director And some of the skits is still universal. I mean, they did one, I think, on the Paramount Plus thing. That's Key and Peele. I mean, they do the substitute teacher skit on Paramount Plus now.
Dude, he still gets interviewed, and they ask him to do their people's names and that with that substitute. Like, Chris,
Yeah.
what is it? Chris Van Vliet interviewed him, and he asked him what he would call it, and it's Chi Rice. That's how you would say his name, Chi Rice.
That was funny, man. He was like, D Knife. He's like, you named Denise. What? I will set this. He like, go to the principal office. Like, he just so stuck in being like
No.
in a old hood African American school. Like, he like, can I leave early? He's like, why? He's
The
like,
club.
I got to pick up my daughter from I got to pick up my daughter from daycare. He's like, yeah, go ahead. Like, but he won't let nobody else leave. Like Glee Club and Photo Club and everything.
Well,
like
remember
that.
how he said it though? He was like, "You ain't going to the club."
That one. Luther was another one too, though. Luther was basically like Obama's angry translator.
Yeah.
So everything Obama would say nice, he'd just like say it like no.
And I used to
Obama's
love
like,
when he would do the walkthrough and he would hug all the black people and then just shake hands with all the white people too.
Yeah, like what's up? Yeah, like how you doing?
Right.
What's up, man? Doing handshake like you look today.
Great
I mean,
show.
you got that one, and then of course the Easter All-Star lineup is funny too. Like they just make up these names on the fly, but you always had like that one guy though. Like my name is one dude. He said my name is like Ladarius Construction Noise, and they'll play Construction Noise like Washington, and then but I'm like I'm Aaron Rodgers, quarterback from Cal. Like really?
Right.
Like
They still play that to this day.
I-
All
I
over
did-
social media.
That's
Oh,
one of
man.
I don't have Paramount Plus.
You got
no, it was
to
on
get it.
Comedy Central.
If I did, I'd
Key
be
and
caught
Peele
up
was on
on
Comedy.
my.
It's on Comedy
Okay.
Central, but the commercial is on Paramount Plus with the substitute
Okay.
teacher.
All right, yeah, because I'd be caught up with my Star Trek stuff if I was. So,
That's a funny show, man.
all righty. Well, we're gonna take a commercial break real quick, and we'll be back with our top four.
La Troje Mexican Restaurant and Bar, located in Wellington, just east of 58 on Herrick. Monster margaritas, and enough food to feed the whole family. Mention the Perfect 10 and receive 10% off your order. Dine in or take out, just like the Perfect 10 has at La Troje.
Pizza Galley, located in the heart of Vermilion, monthly pizza specials from specialty pizzas to subs and po' boys. Open Wednesday and Thursday at 4. Friday through Sunday, open at noon. Call 440-963-0177.
Delmonico's Barbershop with 2 locations on Liberty Avenue in the Delmonico Plaza in Vermilion. Open early at 5 a.m. on Monday through Wednesday, Friday, and Saturday. 8 a.m. on Thursday, or their Lorraine location on Oberlin Avenue, 8 a.m. Delmonico, more than just barbers, their family.
Bodine Sanders, author of Race Against Race. Experience diversity and inclusion in sports through Bodine's eyes. From high school to Cheney, all the way through his graduation at Villanova and beyond. Get your copy today at Barnes & Noble and Amazon. Also available on all ebook platforms, Kindle, and local libraries ebook. Check out Race Against Race today.
Stop that yawning.
Sorry, my bad. All right, we are back. Now, my number 4 is I'm just categorizing it all under one because when you mentioned Star Wars, right now, Star Wars is throwing out a bunch of like mini shows all at one time. So The Mandalorian, Boba Fett, the Obi-Wan Kenobi, the Star Wars Rebels, Bad Batch, and Tales of the Jedi.
Called it.
All of that clustered all into one. It's all
They
into
still
one.
have a nerdy show number 1.
Yeah. Hey, come on now. I'm bouncing around here. Look, there isn't a game show listed, okay? There's
That
no
might be
game
number 3.
listed.
I'm surprised that's kind of really his first nerd show. out of
You know he put 5 together though, right?
yeah. Well, yeah, instead of
It's actually 6 of them, but who's counting?
You
It's
ain't
actually
slick.
6
We know
of
what
them,
you tried to do.
but who's
there.
counting? See, Levi. Bad batch though. Yep. I put them all, lumped them all together. I any of the the one Star Wars one I have not watched all the way through yet. It's kind of lost me a little bit is Andor, and that's because it's a prequel, and it's kind of tough to really sit through and watch through. It just gives you more of another outside Star Wars story, and I'm like, when I get around to it, I'll get there eventually. But it's not one of my immediate go-tos.
Fair enough. All right. My number 4 actually started in 2021, and it's only on the second season, which I just finished the season finale this afternoon. And that is Mayor of Kingstown.
I was gonna say, how is that?
That is fantastic.
Is it?
Like when you have the leader of the gang, because obviously everything's race related. The leader of the black gang, his name is Bunny. I'm sorry, but that doesn't strike fear in your eyes when you hear the dude's name is Bunny. But it's a great show. Jeremy Renner is fantastic in it.
I mean, Cat Williams said that before, though. Cat Williams said you can't name your kid nothing soft like bunny, blanket, pillow.
Right. Yeah, because basically what the show is about is that he's trying to run the outside world with all like the criminal stuff. Like he's kind of like, they call him the mayor because he handles everything in the prisons, so that way it doesn't filter out into the outer, outside of prison. That's how they try to run it. They run everything through the prison more or less and on the outside. So he's trying to run it all to the point where everybody's, but it's so good.
Yeah, I was that is one that I'd like to go back to binge watch. So it's on my list to see. So I'm glad that somebody did bring that up.
Oh, dude, I had to. It's like so good.
Jeremy Renner does a lot of good. He's really good. I like him as an actor. I like him a lot. So I'm looking forward to that one.
Check that out.
And Levi says, "Good eye candy too."
Very much so.
Nice.
Nice. All right.
Clint?
My number 4 went from 2011 to 2021. And me and Star talked about this show before. It made a couple I think a couple people made a couple lists. And that is Shameless.
Man.
William H. Macy, Emily
I
Rossum.
Totally did not even
That's my
think
boy
about
Steve
that.
Howie, man. That's my boy. That man gets love. Like
I think it made one of my other lists, didn't it?
yeah, I think it made
No, I could. It made a list of something of mine for something, or I brought it. I know we've talked about it.
like, come on, man. Like this show. This is another show I felt that still could have kept going on. That's good. Yeah.
Good show though. William H. Macy was so awesome. Like one season you hated his guts, and the next season you loved him.
I was going to say he's a very good actor too, and I like him. I just never had interest to catch that one. All right. Number 3. This one is kind of one of the newer ones on Fox over the past couple of years, and that is The Masked Singer.
I can't even believe you watched that.
It is
I
entertaining.
watched it.
All get
I hate
out.
I hate the new format.
Chris Jericho has been on it. Dick
Alexa
Van
Bliss.
Dyke. Dick Van Dyke
on last
recently
week, yeah.
was even on it. And Dick Van Dyke threw everybody off. Nobody had guessed him. It was really, really good. And that's kind of the cool thing is there's a few people that you don't think are good singers that are.
They got vocal coaches.
The Alexa Bliss, that was awesome. And we were shocked that Alexa had to reveal. We're like, why? And the funny thing is we had figured out who it was. It was pretty cool though. It really was. And it was a lot of fun. I mean, I like seeing it. And I like seeing the fact that, you know, there's a few people who just should not be singing it. William Shatner on the show. It's just like, no. I mean, as soon as I heard William Shatner starting to sing, I was like, oh, I already know who that is. And there is a reason why that man should not be singing. I'm still waiting for David Hasselhoff to show up.
I was just going to say, has the Hoff been on there?
Still waiting for the Hoff to show up. The Hoff has not shown up yet. Still waiting.
All right. So my number 3 is currently on, and there's 2 prequels to go along with it, and that's the Yellowstone series.
Yeah, that's gonna be on number 1.
You thought that'd be my number 1?
Thought it was.
Nah, you'll see my number. You'll wait. Just wait.
I'm kind of waiting to binge that one right
So
now.
good.
Well, and is the setup for the other spinoff? Should be watching that one first?
No,
Or-
watch you can watch Yellowstone first, and then because they go with what it is the 1887 or 1880, whatever the year it was, and then 1923 will lead you back up to where everything is currently.
Okay.
Yeah,
Right.
they bounce around enough to where you can keep up to where you can keep and plus, I mean, Tim McGraw and Faith Hill were fantastic in 1883, so good.
Okay. Yes, that one is on my list. I it's like trying to talk
on the Sunday Night Football.
to Kel and starting to watch that one.
That's what
as
she needs
well.
to do. She need to go back to that. Get Carrie Underwood.
And
And
there's-
sucks at it.
And to steal one of Levi's, there's a lot of eye candy in all 3 of the series.
Not that that's important or anything, but you know.
It helps.
It helps.
No, I know that that's getting a lot of buzz, and I was just like, all right, I'm like, I'm gonna have some time upcoming, and it's just like, yeah, that's one that I definitely want to binge, is that one. So I'm looking forward to that one. I'm just hoping I can tag Kelly into watching it too. And like I said, especially, you just said Tim and Faith are in it, so why
Right.
not?
Are they like in it, or they just like?
What's that?
No, I said, are they like in the show, or are they just like guests, like recurring? Or are they like actually in the show?
Who's that?
In the Faith Hill and Tim.
No, they're the lead characters.
Oh,
They're
nice.
they're the Dutton family from 1883.
Mm. All
So
right,
it's like, all right.
I'll check that out. My number 3, started in 2016, recently just ended, and start somebody else that's on my list earlier today, and that is Atlanta.
I saw that
Yeah,
one. I never watched it though.
That's just starting, of course. Well, he goes by Donald Glover, but Childish Gambino. Childish Gambino.
Kim
Yes,
Fields in it.
huh?
Kim Fields in it.
No, Kim Fields not in this one. Yeah, this is the first Kim Fields list. I don't think I have no Kim Fields.
Oh man.
List. So the streak over, unfortunately. But yes, this is a great show though. It basically follow Donald Glover's character. He basically like a college dropout, but he's a music manager, basically. But the thing about this show is that like it's literally like in Atlanta. Like everything is in Atlanta. Like they don't go outside of Atlanta. Everything is in Atlanta. So like that's one of the rare shows. It's odd because it went 4 seasons. But yeah, it went from 2016 to 2022, which I'd say like is odd with some of these seasons. But got Atlanta at 3.
All righty.
Nerd alert.
Really? Wow.
I'm probably wrong.
Wow. Wow.
Wait for it.
Oh man. No, we're back to the foodies.
Oh, that was going to be my second guess.
Hey, it's back and forth. I'm not complaining. Robert Irvine, Restaurant Impossible and Dinner Impossibles.
Is he still doing that?
The last time I saw,
No, but
he
he's
was
banging Gail Kim now.
He
That's
was
true.
Oh my gosh! Really? I was gonna get there. He recently had done during COVID, or just after doing the Restaurant Impossibles for what was going on just after COVID was over. So I know that they did do another season just after that. So that was the last ones that I remember seeing. So he hasn't done any more since. But the Dinner Impossibles, Michael Simon actually did a few.
Did he really?
Yeah, Michael Simon actually did a couple. So that the concept is there, and I really like that. It's like, all right, you've got a certain amount of time. You don't know roughly, what market. I mean, Mark, the producer, that dude's a genius. It's like, well, he's not going to leave you in the lurch. It's like, all right, this is where the market's at. This is roughly what you're going to be able to choose from, but you're not going to know what you're going to be doing or what you're making. So to be able to crash course all of that in under 6-7 hours is quite impressive.
Right.
Especially for where he's at and what he's got to do. I thought they were really good. So, yep, the Restaurant Impossibles and the Dinner Impossibles. The Restaurant Impossibles were really tough because you're always going to, even though they give you an update after the end of the show on what the restaurant was doing, you always went to go see really how well they were currently doing. For example, the one in Illyria,
Gone.
gone. Totally
Losses.
gone. Yep. And we know that one was flat out due to the owner herself.
Yeah, she was a real,
Yep. Piece of work. Yep. So, all the other ones, that, were flexible and whatnot, you looked it up and you saw it online and it's like, all right, they're still there and they are doing well, and they did make it through and survive.
A dude on YouTube does that. He went to all the bars that he rescued on bar.
John Taffer.
And he give reviews on all the bars, and some of the bars are still doing everything right. Some tore down. One guy had to shut his bar down because he's currently doing a life sentence for killing somebody. So
dang.
Yeah. So
yeah, like I said, but they're fun shows to watch.
They are.
They really are. They're fun shows to just watch in general. And it's like, man, there's nothing on. It's always something fun to just turn on. So that's why I put the Restaurant and Dinner Impossibles down there.
Fair enough. All right. My number 2 actually started in 2013. Still going on to this. This is the final season this season. And it's got to be one of the best acting jobs I've ever seen by the one, the only Mr. James Spader, and that's The Blacklist.
That's still on?
This is the last season right here.
Wow, I didn't know The Blacklist was still on.
Yeah, even James Spader himself said that it's gotten to that point that
I haven't watched that in 2 years.
Yeah, he's like, we can't continue this because it's you're gonna keep beating the dead horse and it's just gonna be going in circles. We got to end it this season. But it's a great show.
It is. I stopped watching it.
Oh, you need to get
it
back in it, son.
It was bad. It was just because of the fact that I just ain't had time to really watch it. Also, too, NBC kind of had a streak where they kept shuffling shows around because they wasn't no show last no more than 2 seasons or a season. Great, yeah, it's a great show. My number 2. Technically, it started in 2009, but it's still 2010 because when sitcom and not like show wise, if it start the last fourth of the year, technically it's counting next year. And this one, I went with ESPN 30 for 30s. I
Okay.
love the 30 for 30s.
Okay.
I can watch them all. Like, I think I've seen. I want to say I've seen every one, even like the ones they do. Like, they had, like ESPN do some. They had a 9 for 9. I think that one was like with like the women and stuff like that. Then I'm about to watch the one coming up on the athlete that got killed. That what's name for Utah, I think. And watch that one. But yeah, though.
Oh, the 2 players in that car crash?
No, this was she was a runner for Utah. Lauren not remember her last name. Like basically the premise is like she tried to go to the university and everybody for help, the police and everything, and they didn't help her and it basically cost her life. Like,
Wow.
it sucks. But yeah, but 30 for 30, I can watch them all day though. Like, and they have some good ones too though. You know.
All right. The numero unos. Adam's like, and
You're running out of food shows.
no, I'm not. I've got one more for you.
Oh God.
Guy
You were
Fieri,
sweet.
diners,
Knew
drive-ins,
it. I
and dives.
knew it. I knew it about to be his show.
Guy
I
is
knew
such
it.
an asshole.
I knew it. Someone was
How
telling
do you-
me. And you
how
would
do
have
you
told me to
think-
guess. I would have guessed Guy
Sure.
Fieri. I would
Yeah.
have. Like,
There is so many restaurants he hits up, and it's just like, oh, didn't know where that one was in Ohio or where that one is in Michigan. Yeah, go find a lot of different places, especially when he hits Cleveland. He will hit a few different ones. I didn't even know about the Melt until he had visited it.
They're
you ain't know
okay.
about Melt?
I had no clue about the Melt.
They're
None.
overrated grilled cheeses.
Yeah,
That's all it is.
You don't get
Agreed.
grilled cheese from Melt. I don't get grilled cheese.
agreed. And
It's overrated if you get grilled cheese from there. I don't get grilled cheese from there. I've got they one sandwich. Got like a whole lot like ham and like
well, he's been to Sliman,
Salami.
so
it's like a big old sandwich. I forgot what it's called. But like that bad boy look like it's a heart attack waiting.
and he's been to the Slovak Inn too, Sliman's. He's been to a lot of places downtown, so it's always cool to catch up with a couple new places.
Right.
So yes, diners, drive-ins, and dives.
Okay, so that means the majority of this list was foodies. So the next one,
Listen,
Love
there
all
were
food
a
and
couple.
what's the
There
name?
were a couple foodies. There were a couple.
No, it wasn't.
Yeah,
You had food or sci-fi.
or superhero.
and the voice
superheroes.
and the Masked Singer were on there too.
Because
Don't count. You said yourself you only watched the blind auditions.
Right.
The Masked Singer's new format sucks, so I don't really like watching the Masked Singer no more. I gotta go back to the old format.
That I do agree. I don't like taking the one through like everybody. It's like just take it through your each grouping and let them go head to head later. I agree. But yeah, that's literally outside of that, everything I'm doing a lot with the kids. I have a lot going on with the kids, so that's pretty much about what I pick and choose.
right. All right, I guess it's
Or there's reruns,
right. Let me
And
find
like
it.
I said, wait until we break out,
The all-time.
wait till the final, the all times where we get to bust it open.
Oh,
No pun
God.
intended.
You're gonna have a bunch of food and what's the name? All right.
Actually, I don't think I have one food show on that list. Hi, Adam. What do you got?
Are we ready?
Yeah.
All right. So my number one started in 2016, and it's only going to have one season left. It's been 4 seasons. There's only going to be a 5th, and that'll be the final one. And that is the great classic that everybody fell in love with, Stranger Things.
Bryce.
Oh
has
my
been
God, I didn't put it on my
addicted
list.
to
I
it.
forgot about Stranger Things.
Oh, Clint.
Oh, and I love Stranger Things. Ah,
Clint, you're sucking upside down.
man, I forgot about Stranger Things.
Oh,
If
Bryce had
if,
binge watched
Stranger
it
Things
already.
would have been Stranger Things probably would have been 2 on my list. I love
I'm
Stranger
telling you,
Things. Oh, I'm hurt on that one, man.
Bryce has even
I'm gonna put
binge
Stranger
watched
Things
it.
with my number 1. Get it? I'm changing on the fly. It's not my number 1. It's going with my number 1. I'm so mad at myself for that, man.
Oh,
I couldn't forget that one.
I haven't caught up with it. Bryce has literally binge watched the schneid out of it already.
So good.
And
So
I was
good.
like, all right. I'm like, well, now I'm gonna have to play catch up with it. So I do have to catch up with that one. That's another one. Between that and Yellowstone, that'll be pretty much a good one to hit through
Oh yeah.
through the baseball season. Now that everything else kind of slows down, hopefully.
I've never seen the disappointment in somebody's face as much as I just did Clint's.
Yeah, I know. It's like,
Man, no, because I hate when like I didn't even think about Stranger Things. That's the crazy thing about it. And that's one of the shows like you at work and you watch it, you talking with your coworkers about like everybody love like
Right.
it's one of those shows. Oh, ouch. That hurts. I'm hurt on that one. Well,
he is. He's dejected right now. But
Big time. Like somebody just stabbed him in the heart.
yeah, it's like, man, somebody just told
love
me
that
your
show,
dog
man. That's
died.
one of my favorite shows.
Oh,
Well, that's 1A. It's going with my number 1 show. My number 1 show came out in 2013, and it is still going on today. And I think probably in like 5-6 years, this will probably become one of the greatest animated shows ever, or it'll be in the realm of it. And that's Rick and Morty. Rick and Morty. Yes.
I've heard a lot about it though.
You ain't seen Rick and Morty, George?
no.
Ask Bryce if he watched Rick and Morty. He probably seen Rick and Morty.
Actually, I don't think he has. I don't think he has.
Wow.
You probably shouldn't though.
Yeah.
Oh, well,
How
then
old is
he
Bryce?
definitely.
Bryce older. If he's past 13, he probably can watch it.
Oh, he's 12 going on 24. Yeah.
Yeah, he can watch Rick and Morty. He can watch Rick and Morty.
right.
I was gonna say, remember, he has seen all these other war movies and he's been through Peacemaker. So yeah, I don't
He
think
can watch. Yeah, we can watch Rick and Morty. I mean, it's basically about a mad scientist and his grandson. You know.
yeah.
And this Rick and Morty is like a phase thing too. Like, it's so much Rick and Morty gear out now. Like, this show is like extremely popular. Like,
All right. Well, that wraps us up for our 2010 to present for this evening. And of course, on Wednesday,
He said it's back to. Levi said it's Back to the Future animated.
it's back to
yeah,
fair enough. Fair enough. Wednesday's show will be simulcast with
The radio station.
WOBL airing, correct? And that will be for our ultimate TV show listing. And since we were we handcuffed ourselves a little bit for the eras that we were doing it in, now it opens it up for everything from the start of TV 1940s all the way to today.
he gonna have a 40 show on this list. Or 50
Yeah.
show.
Oh, come on now.
Guess you'll have
You
to
guys,
tune in Wednesday to find out.
You
Look,
perked up when
you're
you
gonna
said
have-
1940.
you're
You
gonna
perked up when you said that year.
Do you even know what the first TV shows were? Any clue? Hey, that was
Imagine
just the 40s to 70s, man.
Just imagine what he threw away.
That was
I know some
that
of
was
them
from the
shows.
40s
I
up
got
to
antenna.
69.
I got antenna TV. I know some of them shows.
There were 2 news shows that were the very first TV shows.
Who watch news?
Well, that's technically the first thing that they put on television, because you listen to radio news. So that was what they actually did put on TV. And Levi said silent TV. Oh, man. Oh, geez. Well,
There wasn't even sound.
we do have a special guest joining us, by the way, so tune in on Wednesday. We have a special guest who is joining us for our ultimate all-time favorite TV shows. And that, of course, is somebody who has been very bummed that we hadn't included him in our little month-long extravaganza of television, as he is a television guru. And of course, going into the nerdum, that would be our own 3 geeks, Jason Taylor. So definitely tune in to also catch what Jason has on his list as well as our all-time favorite TV.
On Wednesday.
On Wednesday. Remember, that airing will air live on Wednesday. It will be the simulcast with the WOBL Lorain County Country station, as they have now changed their format. They will be 1990s to current. So a lot of the new country on the
That's
station.
right, y'all.
Yes, indeed.
So please tune in for that. At this point in time, I would also like to turn around and thank everybody who has been listening and commenting in and joining us this evening, and would like to take a moment to close the show, as we have lost one of our dear friends and supporters of our shows, not just this one, Dueling Aces. Jen was also a very big part in helping my family and I literally move from one house to another house, helping us, even helping Bryce out, sponsoring him with his bowling, has been a very big part of all of our lives. Met her through Redline and have been friends throughout the past couple of years since. And she will be missed
Big time.
big time.
My troublemaker.
Loved her. Absolutely fun person to talk to have, even bouncing back and forth, podcast shows, everything. Jen, we will definitely miss you a lot, but will definitely not be forgotten.
Rest in peace.
Rest in peace.